Hey everybody, I'm Chris Cuomo. Welcome to NewsNation's special coverage of the 2024 Democratic National Convention, and I am taking you there. We are not in some skybox. We are not in the rare air. We are on the floor watching the Democrats in action. They're going through their roll call. They vote every day, but we know what their determination is. They are all about Harris and the coach. We saw President Biden last night hand the torch to Kamala Harris. We see the Democratic Party trying to make sense of moving from the past into the future, whether that's Biden into Harris or what they mean as a party. Today, we saw two great scions of political families. We saw John F. Kennedy's grandson. We saw Jimmy Carter, President Carter, may he be resting well. Maybe he's able to absorb this somehow. His grandson. They were here to show the face of the future, but also a reminder of their greatness. They've had my father here as an impression of who were the great Democratic leaders. But now they're making a transition. And tonight's theme is a bold vision for the future of America. What does that mean? It's time to put meat on the bones. This is great. It's amazing to watch. It's a great pageant. I am shocked at the enthusiasm. I thought this was going to be a brokered convention. I thought that it was going to be all these people in quiet smoke rooms. They are having a party here, but now it's time for them to take the step at this convention. What are you about? What about housing? What about the economy? What are going to be the planks that you build a house to show what you're for in America? That's what we're covering here at NewsNation, what they're going to do for you. You got Chris Cuomo, you got Elizabeth Vargas, you got Leland Vittert, you got Connell McShane, you got the one and only Geraldo Rivera, and of course, Chris Steyerwalt. And Elizabeth, I'll tell you, I'm glad we made the decision to get me out here and get me on the floor, because everybody's talking to us, wanting us to know how they got here, and trying to get us to understand where they want this party to go.
Yeah, that is quite a shot there, Chris, and you are right in the middle of it. We've been getting all sorts of reports that the House is packed there at the convention center in Chicago, full of Democrats who've been equipped with armbands that light up, so that you can expect quite a show a little bit later. We have a lot of great speakers on tap coming up. Democratic heavy hitters like Bernie Sanders and Chuck Schumer will take the stage. We've also been told that there will be a surprise guest at some point tonight. And while the big stars of the DNC, Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, are 90 miles north campaigning in Milwaukee right now. They just arrived, in fact, for a big campaign rally. It's Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman of the United States, hoping to become the first gentleman who will be holding down the fort along with addressing the crowd. But the big star for tonight, of course, is the former President Barack Obama and the former First Lady Michelle Obama, an enormous political star in her own right, even though she has never run for political office and showed no interest in doing so. They are both set to speak, both set to give a rousing endorsement of Kamala Harris. They have been friendly with Kamala Harris for 20 years. Kamala Harris was very early on a supporter of Barack Obama. She was out there banging, knocking on doors in 2008 in Iowa to help his nascent campaign for president take off. So this is a repayment of sorts, and it's going to be an exciting time to watch these convention goers, these Democratic diehard party faithful in Chicago, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's hometown, to watch them cheer on what is one of the most popular former presidents for the Democrats in recent history. The theme tonight, I want to talk to my incredible panelists here.
Aren't you?
I'm so honored to have you guys on. You'll take it. You'll take it. We've already seen it's Republicans for Harris. We saw former Trump press secretary Stephanie Grisham, who just took the podium just a few moments ago. She infamously, as press secretary, never held a single press briefing. Right. And yet she acknowledged as much up there, saying that she did not want to lie, and that's why she never gave a briefing. Let's look at a quick clip of what she had to say just a short time ago. Have we got that?
I saw him when the cameras were off. Behind closed doors, Trump mocks his supporters. He calls them basement dwellers. On a hospital visit one time when people were dying in the ICU, He was mad that the cameras were not watching him. He has no empathy, no morals, and no fidelity to the truth.
Those are tough words from somebody who was very close to the Trump family, who said that she really was a believer in him early on because he was so plain-spoken, and who said she spent countless holidays, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.